Pereira, we've seen him before of Stonewall Jackson. Actually, we haven't seen him before, but we've seen his brother, who was a state champion or at least wrestled here once before. He's out of Stonewall Jackson. A local boy from Virginia Beach, Ocean Lakes, Geoff Head. He's an 11th grader. Donnie Pereira, a senior. Donnie Pereira in the maroon Stonewall Jackson uniform, still out there on the floor. Geoff Head of Ocean Lakes walking around getting his leg band on now. He's an 11th grader. His record 36-5. Donnie Pereira of Stonewall Jackson, undefeated, 39-0 this season, 124-26 lifetime. There's Donnie Pereira, Stonewall Jackson. We'll have an interview now with Terry Perduzzo with Michael Martin of Great Bridge High School, 103 state champion.
Congratulations, Michael. What do you think? That's your first time.
It feels awesome.
Feels awesome?
It feels awesome to be state champion.
And I assume you're going to try to follow in your father's footsteps.
Yep.
He won 4. This is your first one. You got 3 more to go?
Yep, 3 more to go.
Well, I wish you the best of luck. That was awesome out there. He was a pretty tough opponent, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's one of the stronger kids I wrestled this year.
And
He's pretty tough, solid, real basic, you know.
Well, what was your strategy going into there? What did you think you had to beat him? On his feet, on the mat, or overall just all 3 positions?
All 3.
All 3? Well, you looked outstanding, and I know we'll see you back here in the years to come. Yep. Congratulations again, buddy.
All right, thank you, Terry. Terry coming back over to the table now. The score, you didn't miss much. It's still 0-0 here at 112 with Pereira of Stonewall Jackson. Undefeated this season, taking on Geoff Head of Ocean Lakes, the 11th grader. Career 124-26, as we said, for Pereira out of Stonewall Jackson. Out of bounds, and they'll go back to the middle of the mat here. 103 this first period already, halfway over. Well, Terry, I tell you what, you kind of got the impression from Michael Martin there is, hey, really no big deal.
No, well, you know, he's been around wrestling so long and been around so many championship teams at Great Bridge and his fathers and them. You know, it's just another day at the office, I guess.
Right, yeah. But he did say that was one of the strongest kids he faced this year.
Yeah, he said he was one of the strongest kids. And the kid Graham gave a good representation of himself, and Garfield High School. Nothing to be ashamed of there at all.
Well, look, we're at 112 here. Pereira taking on Geoff Head out of Ocean Lakes. Head, the 11th grader, Pereira, the 12th grader out of Stonewall Jackson. I've heard that name before. His brother wrestled?
His brother was state champion, I believe, maybe 2 years ago, and I believe it was against Hawthorne. Beat Hawthorne in the finals and at 125. And so, yes, he's been in the wrestling family, too.
Go ahead.
He's a tough kid. He beat Stiff from Cox, another freshman that we're going to hear a lot from, in the semifinals. Last-minute takedown right there at the end. That put him in the finals against Head.
Tight match right here, guys. 7 seconds to go in the first period, and still here at 112, no score.
Yeah. And Head here, he's got a brother that also is on the team.
Okay.
They're tough. They're tough kids. They'll be around. They're underclassmen.
Actually, I think Pereira's a senior.
That's what I think. I think he is a senior.
Pereira's a senior. Geoff Head's a junior.
Geoff Head's right.
Now let's take a look at these updated team scores. Great Bridge way out ahead, 116. North Stafford 78-78 for Atlee, and then Cox and Hickory right behind them. How about Hickory emerging as a state power here?
Oh yes, they've had an outstanding season this year. Judd ought to be very proud of the Hickory guys, and I don't think they have a senior on the team. They'll be back all next year. Head's got a little trouble here. He's on his back. He did get 2. The ref has signaled 2. He can't give them until they're out of that pinning situation. As soon as they get out of the pinning situation, he'll award the 2 points for the back.
Just started that second period. There he goes, 2 back points.
2.
Minute 36 to go still here in the second.
Plenty of wrestling here.
Oh, yeah.
Looked like they, was it Head? Jeff, did he get
Actually, yeah, no, actually, that's Pereira with the red leg band there that got the 2 back points.
No, it must be blood time.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
One of them got upset there.
When you see the rubber gloves come out.
That's a good indication.
That's right.
And, you know, they have 5 minutes of total blood time.
Okay. Oh, and I didn't know that.
You have done a great job, and we thank you for supporting this great wrestling tournament with the Five States. Thanks for wrestling. We have a wrestler who is bleeding.
Well, they just stopped the blood time.
Okay, so now they'll go back at it. Now, when that happens, when they have to take a timeout for something like that, they just reassume the dominant position they were in?
Yeah, whatever position they were in at the time, they put them back in that position, start the match over. Head just tried to switch, coming back up to his feet, which is a good combination here. Pereira's holding on. Now he dropped down. That was smart, dropping down, holding on that leg. But I tell you, Geoff's in good shape here. If he pulls himself up on top of the hips here, he should be able to get the reversal. But Pereira's countered that very nicely.
Still a little over a minute left here. 2-0 in favor of Pereira from Stonewall Jackson.
Pereira's trying to get the legs in. He's getting a little high. Geoff's
Now this coach, this Stonewall Jackson coach, has been at it for a while.
Oh, Bill Cameron, yes, he's been there for a long, long time. He's an excellent coach and had some real good teams in the past.
I don't know if you remember this or not. We went up and covered the state finals when they used to have the dual championships. I think it may have been the first one. It was Stonewall Jackson against Great Bridge.
Wasn't the first one. I know
was
that
not
for
the
sure.
first one.
No,
okay.
We won the first one.
That's right. You
Western
guys
Branch.
won the first one at Western Branch. That's exactly right. But we went up and we interviewed Coach Cameron before the match, and when we turned the cameras off, he said, "Is the microphone off?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "We don't have a chance."
Well, Pereira just got two more for exposing heads back. So it's 4-0 here with 5 seconds to go in the second period.
Stonewall was in 6th place at the beginning of the finals. And they're always a presence. They always have a couple wrestlers that you're going to see in the finals.
He always puts a couple kids in here. He does an outstanding job. Got another timeout here. I guess it's
Actually, that's
Pereira.
the end of the second period.
Right. Going into third period, it's 4-0. Pereira.
Hey, Richie, I just wanted to say I neglected to mention Big Marvin Urquhart as another
Yes,
Southeastern
during the
District
stands we're talking about
wrestler.
Southeastern District wrestlers, and Bob mentioned a couple, but Marvin Urquhart, now this could be a big deal. 3-time state champion at heavyweight.
Be the first one in the state of Virginia. Marvin's an outstanding wrestler. Outstanding kid, too.
Don't tell him I forgot to mention his name.
I
though,
won't, because
okay?
you could be in big trouble, man.
Yes.
Marvin, you know, Marvin's a great kid. He really is.
Maybe he'll do another 30-second one tonight. I don't want to jinx him or anything.
Not putting that on him. We'll wait and see. He's got a good opponent in the final. It'll be a good match, but I'm sure, hopefully, Marvin will come out.
I marvel at how he runs a football with this size that he has. It's just incredible. The talent.
Really an athlete, really. Third period just underway now. Geoff Head starts out on top.
Well, he's trying to lift him here and get the Turk, but Pereira's countering him a little bit here. He's keeping his hips low. They're out of bounds. They'll resume that position back. Pereira will be back down. Head'll be on top.
I guess really for Michael Martin, you know, to act like it's no big deal at 103, you know, he just wrestled 6 minutes.
Yeah.
That wrestling room at Great Bridge, you're in there a lot longer than that.
Well, he commented to me over there that it was awesome, and I'm sure he's inside. It's just a great feeling. Something he's been working for a long time, and he's met one of those goals. He's got his first one, and hopefully the other three will come for him.
Yeah.
I think they just hit Head for stalling on top.
Yeah.
He's down 4-0. He's got to make something happen here. Still got plenty of time.
Yeah, you're right. He better get started. We're down to
Well, he's trying to get
1:15.
that Turk leg in. If he can get that in, he can go to work on him a little bit. But Pereira keeps countering. Every time he lifts him up, he's kind of bringing his legs together, and that's the way to counter that. So the legs are closed. He can't get the Turk leg in. And really, Pereira's not. It doesn't really have to do much. He's ahead 4-0.
Right. Now, immediately I notice when they go towards going out of bounds over there, Pereira grabs his left leg. What's that all about? Why is he doing that?
I don't know if that's something that's in his repertoire of moves or something he tries, but he's just grabbing hold of a leg, hopefully trying to get something there and maybe get a little reversal on the edge, hoping that Geoff Head relaxes a little bit and eases off and he can catch him.
At least, really, if you've got control of somebody's leg, that's some leverage you're denying them anyway. Right.
You've tied him up a little bit, yes. You're controlling him, and you're making it a little more difficult for him to execute. And I just think, right now, Head's strategy is trying to get him over to his back, but he's really running out of time right now.
Yeah, he really is.
4 points in 22 seconds, going to be rough.
But really, if he wants to win here, that's about the only thing he can do, given the time he has.
Yeah, with this much time, yeah. Early in the period, he could have cut him and have been 5-0, maybe a takedown to his back. That happens more often. You can catch a kid and take him right straight to his back, especially when a kid's in a defensive mode like Pereira is. I mean, Pereira knows he's got the match won. He just doesn't need to get on his back and get pinned.
Right. Doing just enough not to be stalling.
You can see it on his face, his direction. He's just facing and trying not to get in trouble here. But nothing to be ashamed of from the Geoff Head from Ocean Lakes. Pereira's your state champion in 112.
So now 2 state champions in the Pereira family.
Sure. And I believe he is a senior this year.
Yes,
Brings
he is.
Stonewall's
You're right.
numbers up to 62.5 now. They moved up.
So that does move Stonewall Jackson up to 62.5. Still not enough to overtake Hickory, who started this at 70.5.
Participating public schools, they will be presenting the awards.
Tough. Losing at this level is tough.
Oh, I mean, it's that win in the semifinals is so invigorating. You're so happy, and then it's such a letdown when you lose in the finals. It's unbelievable.